North Korea is trying to compensate for the tight sanctions placed upon it by mining cryptocurrency.
North Korean hackers had breached a Russian missile developer, and that's according to a report from Reuters.
U.S. intelligence managed to plant spyware into the computer systems of North Korea.
The Justice Department has charged 3 North Korean hackers over a wide-ranging scheme that included the theft of billions of dollars from multiple companies.
A devastating hack, crippling one of the world's most powerful entertainment studios, Sony Pictures Entertainment.
In the shadowed corners of the digital frontier lies a secret alliance, one that marries the reclusive nation of North Korea with the enigmatic world of Bitcoin. A forbidden love affair, a strategic weapon wielded in silence, a desperate bid for survival. The Kim regime's hands, reaching into the very heart of the crypto world, have shaped an unseen battlefield where power, wealth, and control are at stake. It's a story few dare to tell, a mystery wrapped in code and concealed by firewalls. Welcome to WTN Media, where the unseen becomes visible. If you're prepared to venture where few have dared, like this video, subscribe and join us as we unravel the hidden connection between North Korea and Bitcoin. The world was stunned on a cold day in January 2018 when Japan's CoinCheck exchange reported a calamity. An unprecedented $530 million worth of NEM, one of the leading cryptocurrencies, had been stolen. This was no ordinary cybercrime, no amateur hacking effort. The technique was too refined, too precise. Only one source was capable of such strategic mastery: North Korea's elite cyber army. This incident was a wake-up call to the world, a statement of North Korea's silent but deadly entry into the crypto arena. But the CoinCheck heist was just the tip of the iceberg. South Korea's Bithumb, one of the largest exchanges in Asia, fell victim in June 2017 to a devastating attack resulting in losses upwards of $32 million. And the trail doesn't stop there. As investigators delved deeper, the fingerprints of Pyongyang's hackers surfaced again and again. Targets ranged from Ubit to Bangladesh's central bank, from smaller exchanges to significant financial institutions. Reports from 2018 state that over $2 billion was siphoned from the digital vaults of the world, leaving chaos and fear in its wake. How is this small nation orchestrating some of the biggest cyber heists in history? The answer is far more complex than mere technical prowess. North Korea's success lies in a combination of desperation, innovation, and relentless pursuit of cryptocurrency. Through layers of encryption, hidden paths on the dark web, and an arsenal of hacking tools, they have constructed a shadow network. Their tactics are surgical, their approach methodical. Phishing schemes, malware deployments, even rogue crypto mining operations. Every tool in the cybercriminal handbook has been deployed with a ruthless efficiency that only a state-backed operation could achieve. North Korea's dance with cybercrime is more than a pursuit of wealth, it is a survival strategy. A nation strangled by sanctions and isolated from global commerce has turned to the virtual world to keep its economy afloat. Cryptocurrency has become their secret weapon, a method of bypassing the traditional banking system, acquiring funds and sustaining a regime that refuses to bow to international pressure. It's a tale of desperation turned into innovation, a dark and twisted journey into the uncharted territories of cyber warfare. As the world grapples with North Korea's bold forays into the crypto space, the battle is far from over. With every security measure, every safeguard put in place, North Korea's cyber warriors adapt, evolve, and find new vulnerabilities. The fight against these cyber heists has become an ongoing game of cat and mouse, a digital battle where the stakes are high and the consequences reach far beyond the virtual world.
A crippling cyber attack has businesses around the world on high alert. The ransomware, known as WannaCry, has already hit an estimated 300,000 systems in more than 150 countries.
In the day's other news, the United States charged North Korea was behind a cyber attack that paralyzed hundreds of thousands of computers last May.
Experts are calling the WannaCry virus the largest cyber attack in history.
The massive hack brought business to a screeching halt for companies all around the world.
After careful investigation, the United States is publicly attributing the massive WannaCry cyber attack to North Korea.
The day the world froze, May 12, 2017. A day forever etched in digital infamy. On this date, an ominous ransomware known as WannaCry burst onto the global stage. Within hours, over 200,000 computers in 150 countries were crippled. The malware locked users out of their systems, displaying an ominous ransom message demanding payment in Bitcoin. Hospitals in the UK were paralysed, FedEx was thrown into chaos, and Renault had to stop production. A relentless wave of cyber destruction was unleashed, a chilling demonstration of cyberpower that shook the very foundations of our interconnected world. The most alarming impact of the WannaCry attack was not merely financial loss or corporate disruption, it was the human toll. Hospitals across the UK's National Health Service, NHS, were brought to their knees. Critical care systems were locked, surgeries were cancelled, and lives were put at risk. The insidious malware turned from a technological threat to a matter of life and death. This wasn't just a computer problem, this was a global humanitarian crisis. As cybersecurity experts scrambled to stem the tide, a global outcry followed and the investigation began. The trail was murky, concealed in layers of digital deceit, but all signs led to North Korea. But this was more than a ransom demand. It was a statement. The methods used were not those of mere cybercriminals. They were the footprints of a nation-state acting with deliberate and hostile intent. The ransoms paid in Bitcoin were a mere sideshow to the real horror. North Korea had turned the weapons of the West against itself. Even more shockingly, the tools used in the WannaCry attack had been leaked from none other than the US National Security Agency, NSA. These were weapons designed for espionage, surveillance and cyber warfare. Tools meant to protect were turned into weapons of mass disruption. The very guardians of the virtual realm had been betrayed by their own technology. North Korea's ability to harness these tools revealed a profound vulnerability in the world's most advanced cyber defenses. The choice of Bitcoin for ransom payments was not coincidental. It was a calculated move by North Korea to utilize the decentralized and semi-anonymous nature of cryptocurrency. The Bitcoin ransoms became both a means of profit and a symbol of defiance. They illustrated the dual nature of crypto as both a revolutionary financial instrument and a tool for illicit activities. WannaCry marked a turning point, not just in the scale of cyber attacks, but in the philosophy of cyber warfare. It was a statement of intent, a demonstration of power, and a warning to the world. The lines between criminal activity and state-sponsored aggression had been blurred. The incident prompted a re-evaluation of the very nature of security, sovereignty, and the fragility of our interconnected existence. The scars of WannaCry continue to echo through cyberspace. The attack sparked a global movement to bolster cyber defenses and prompted urgent debates on ethics, governance, and the dark side of technological advancement. WannaCry was not just a historical event, it was a harbinger of a new era where the battlegrounds are virtual, the weapons are digital, and the stakes are the very fabric of our society. In the heart of Pyongyang, behind impenetrable walls and guarded by the regime's most loyal soldiers, lies a place of shadows and secrets known only as Bureau 121. This is not a typical government facility. It is the nerve center of North Korea's cyber espionage, an enigma wrapped in mystery concealed from the prying eyes of the world. Within Bureau 121, an estimated 6,000 hackers toil in sterile rooms filled with rows of computers. Trained from childhood, these cyber soldiers are the invisible force behind North Korea's digital Iron Curtain. They are the eyes and ears of the regime, working in darkness, their faces hidden from even their comrades. They are a symbol of both technological prowess and a chilling manifestation of Orwellian control. These soldiers of the shadows are not randomly chosen. They are selected from an early age, plucked from schools based on intelligence, loyalty, and ideological purity. The training is intense, rigorous, and unrelenting. It's a process that molds them into the perfect instruments of digital warfare. Subjects range from advanced coding to psychological manipulation, creating a breed of hacker warriors with skills far beyond ordinary cybercriminals.
They conduct the cyber attacks against overseas and enemy states, says Jang Se-eul. Jang is a North Korean defector, former Pyongyang military computer systems worker, now in South Korea, independently attempting to crumble an agency nearly impossible to chase. Bureau 121, a shadow agency with an unknown number of the regime's hand-picked shadow agents placed in countries around the world. Jang believes there are approximately 1,800 of them, though he says the agents themselves don't know how many exist. We can't verify Jang's claims about the shadow group, but he says he's obtained from a current operative hundreds of financial files, hacked from South Korean banks, complete with names and other bank account details.
But Bureau 121's reach is not limited to foreign targets. They are the watchdogs of the regime, monitoring citizens, stifling dissent and suppressing any hint of rebellion. Through a vast network of surveillance and censorship, the Bureau ensures that information is controlled, manipulated and restricted. A digital dystopia where freedom is a distant dream, and control is exerted with a click of a button. Beyond domestic control, Bureau 121's hackers have infiltrated foreign networks, stealing secrets, disrupting systems, and spreading propaganda. They are the silent warriors in a global cyber battle, attacking governments, corporations, and individuals without leaving a trace. Their exploits have reached far and wide, from stealing military plans to influencing political events. Behind these actions lies a deeper purpose. Bureau 121's operations are not merely about power and control. They are essential to the regime's survival. The economic gains from hacking fuel a nation crippled by sanctions, while the intelligence gathered shapes the strategies of a government isolated from the world. Yet the true tragedy of Bureau 121 is not in its acts of aggression, but in the loss of innocence. Children taken from their families are turned into instruments of oppression, their humanity erased, their futures sacrificed to the cold machinery of the state. Bureau 121 is a chilling reminder of the dual nature of technology. It can liberate or enslave, enlighten or obscure, empower or repress. As we explore the vast frontiers of the digital age, let us not forget the dark corners where the dream of connectivity becomes a nightmare of control. In our next section, we will explore the economic necessity that drives North Korea's relentless pursuit of cryptocurrency, illuminating how Bitcoin and other digital assets became a financial lifeline for a nation cut off from the global economy.
It's another strong and independent move by the U.S. to pile pressure on North Korea. This time, Washington is sanctioning the regime's leader Kim Jong-un himself over human rights abuses, saying his crimes are among the worst in the world.
After a series of back-to-back missile launches, the United States has slapped North Korea with sanctions.
The United States has, for the first time, put North Korean leader Kim Jong-un on its sanctions list for the regime's grave human rights abuses.
North Korea is holding mass rallies in Pyongyang in a display of anti-American sentiment. About 120,000 people attended rallies, vowing a war of revenge to destroy the US as North Korea marks the 73rd anniversary of the outbreak of the Korean War.
The United Nations Security Council has expanded targeted sanctions against North Korea after its repeated missile tests in defiance of a UN resolution.
Last year, the economy contracted by 4.1%. That's on top of a 3.5% contraction the year before, at the height of the nuclear and missile testing crisis, when the tougher sanctions were introduced. Compare that with 2016, when the North Korean economy grew at nearly 4%, better even than South Korea in the same year.
The pursuit of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies is more than a strategic game for North Korea. It's a matter of survival. Strangled by international sanctions, isolated from global markets and faced with a crippling economy, the regime has turned to the digital frontier to keep its very existence afloat. But this is no mere fascination with digital currency. It's a complex, multi-layered strategy that reveals the desperation and determination of a nation on the brink. Within the universities and hidden facilities across North Korea, the hum of computers is a constant presence. These are not ordinary educational institutions. They are the secret mining hubs of the regime, where Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are generated at an industrial scale. Concealed from the world, this covert operation is a symbol of ingenuity and adaptability. To navigate the treacherous waters of international finance, North Korea has woven a complex web of digital finance, trading cryptocurrencies through foreign proxies, hidden accounts, and a network of intermediaries. This isn't just about profit, it's about survival. By circumventing the traditional banking system, the regime avoids detection, sanctions, and maintains a steady influx of capital. Cryptocurrency in North Korea isn't merely an investment or financial experiment, it's a lifeline, a hidden channel through which the Kim regime funds its military ambitions, nuclear programs, and secures its unchallenged grip on power. Digital currency has become the bloodline that sustains the body of a nation held captive by its leaders. But this relentless pursuit of digital wealth comes at a human cost. The nation's resources are diverted to fuel the machinery of cryptocurrency mining, while ordinary citizens suffer from poverty, starvation, and neglect. It's a stark contrast that illustrates the lengths to which the regime will go to ensure its survival. The world has awakened to North Korea's cyber threat, recognizing it as not merely a criminal act, but an act of warfare. But the response to this unseen menace has been a complex and nuanced dance of diplomacy, sanctions, legal actions, and enhanced security measures. It's a battle fought not with bullets and bombs, but with code and firewalls, a digital war that seems to have no end in sight. As nations realize the severity of North Korea's cyber activities, diplomatic channels buzz with activity. Condemnations, resolutions, closed-door meetings, and public statements reflect the world's concern. Yet, diplomacy is a delicate dance, where aggressiveness must be balanced with restraint. The goal is to deter North Korea without provoking an escalation, a task that has proven to be anything but straightforward. The US Treasury and the UK have taken a more direct approach, imposing targeted sanctions against individuals, entities, and even entire sectors within North Korea. These sanctions aim to choke the financial lifeline of the regime, cutting off the sources of funding and hampering the cyber operations. However, North Korea's ability to adapt and find new channels keeps this game of cat and mouse alive. In the corporate world, the realization of North Korea's cyber threat has led to a significant beefing up of security measures. Crypto exchanges, banks, and global corporations are investing heavily in cybersecurity, implementing multi-layered protection, monitoring transactions, and engaging top-notch security experts. The objective is to turn their digital fortresses into impenetrable strongholds. But as they strengthen their walls, North Korea evolves its tactics, finding new vulnerabilities. Countries are increasingly coming together to combat this common threat, sharing intelligence, technology, and expertise. Through international forums, collaborative agreements, and covert operations, they are attempting to coordinate a united front. It's a recognition that in this digital age, no country is an island, and a threat to one is a threat to all. In this shadowy war of codes, the front lines shift with each passing day. Every security measure is met with a new attack, every victory is temporary, and every solution seems to lead to a new problem. North Korea's relentless pursuit of technological evolution ensures that this battle is unending, a never-ceasing game of one-upmanship. As we look back at the vast landscape of North Korea's crypto crimes, espionage, and digital warfare, a daunting image emerges. A portrait of a world teetering on the edge of a new era, where technology's promise is overshadowed by its perils. The coin of chaos and control, Bitcoin, has emerged as the currency of survival for a regime trapped by global politics and economic barriers. Yet it has also become a symbol of humanity's double-edged relationship with technology. A tool that promises freedom, yet can be wielded to oppress. A medium of exchange that enables prosperity but also fuels crime. North Korea's dance with cryptocurrency is a window into a greater global struggle. A world grappling with the ethical dilemmas and existential risks of our interconnected digital age. The battles are being fought in the shadows of cyberspace, but their implications reach into the very core of our societies. In this mysterious world of zeros and ones, of code and concealment, the lines are blurred between villain and victim, between innovation and exploitation. The hackers of Bureau 27, once children with dreams and potentials, are now faceless soldiers in a battle that transcends borders, politics, and ideologies. And as we stand at this precipice, we must confront the questions that define our future. How do we harness the power of technology without losing our humanity? How do we navigate the labyrinth of digital possibility without falling into the abyss of moral decay? It's a journey without maps, a path fraught with uncertainty, but one we must undertake with courage, wisdom, and an unwavering commitment to the values that bind us. As the digital dawn breaks, the choices we make today will shape the world of tomorrow, a world that promises endless potential but demands our vigilance, responsibility, and the courage to face the shadows that lurk in the heart of innovation. The story of North Korea's crypto endeavors is but a chapter in a much larger narrative, one that we are all writing one click at a time. May we write it with foresight, with compassion, and with the understanding that in this vast digital cosmos, we are all connected, and the choices of one ripple through the lives of all.